Hey guys and gals, let's unbox, build, and have a look at the Arctic Snowmobile by Lego City. This is set number 60376, and it has roughly 70 bricks, and I believe it retails for $9.99. I'm not really sure, so check the description for that. And this set was provided to me by the Lego Group for early review, and as you can tell right here, well, it'll be in your hot little hands soon enough. So this obviously looks pretty cool. Looks like we get a snowmobile and a little camera and a minifigure here and a seal and a fish. This is more like an accessory set. Looks like you just drop this in your Lego City. Well, first impression so far, this looks pretty interesting. So we're going to open this up here and see what we get inside. And yeah, we're going to open it up and see what kind of parts. Matter of fact, I've been thinking about skipping the parts reviews on these one-time builds, because the sets are so small, I can just review the parts as I'm going. And of course, you got one of these 8x8 half round plates and a 4x8 plate. And this is dark azure here, and that's of course white. And looks like the bags are unnumbered. Okay, and here's the manual. Alright. So what I'm going to do is do something a little different with this. Since it's a small set, we're just going to dive right on into the build. And then we're going to take a look at the parts as we build. All right, I think that would be a lot better than doing everything separate. I'm trying to compact these reviews down. It seems like I'm the only one that does this style of build, you know, the building styles. So yeah. So let's see how this is broken down here. And this is the whole part about the review process here. And this is actually the first of many that I have to do. I'm not sure the order. So we start with the minifigure first. Let's begin! Let's build it. That's our community slogan there. Let's build it. And there's plenty of dark blue pieces in here, like dark blue lamp holders. We don't need those right now. So yeah, we got our legs and our torso. And these look like they're printed. It looks pretty cool. Now, I'm not really a fan of Arctic sets, but I'll tell you, from the sets I've had back in the day. Ooh, look at this backpack. What was this when I was doing the backcountry camping? That's actually two-tone. I hope those become on sale. I'd like to get a few more of those for like a backpacking adventure. And this is the type of stuff that I'm looking for. What kind of parts are in these sets? And that's exactly what I'm looking at here. And I'm just going to turn her head sideways. She's got a double-sided head. Looks like she's winking her eye at you really angrily. I don't know if that's supposed to be something bad or not. Probably going to be winking at this right here, which is the seal. I know there's some that I know are going to want this set for this. And so far, you know, I don't know what the build experience is like, so we're gonna experience this together. And I'm not sure the age range of this. Well, today the set is rated for adults, so it's an adult putting it together. So not too bad there. And then she's got the helmet that goes with it. If I can find it. It's an unnumbered bag, so, you know, oh, there it is. And it's got the little goggles on it here. This is something you'd see like on a motocross or something like that. I never can get those things on right, you know? So there you go. So I know a few people that might want this set just for the figures and stuff. Oh, you can't see her. Well, let's put her closer right there. That's where the frame's at, right there. Okay, and then we have the seals, or a walrus, whatever you want to call it. So we got a little baby one and then a grown-up one. An adult seal or sea lion, whatever you want to call them. So you do get two animal figures with this. As you can see right here, we can change things around too. Alright, so now we can build, looks like we're building the little camera now. And the whole point of, okay, you can take a nap. I mean, I don't care. Ooh, this is new. It's a 1x3 rounded plate, probably a rounded plate number 1. I'll have to see what the official name of that is. But the whole point about this is to see what kind of parts are in the set and to you know, just to kind of explore the build. How's the build quality? And honestly, this plate here at the bottom feels like it's kind of like a rubbery plastic. I don't know, those pieces didn't squeak like mine usually do. Oh yeah, guys and gals, I got a lot of tutorials filmed, and I'm glad I got them done just in time too, because I have a bunch of sets to review. Well, Jay, do you have to? Yep, I gotta do it. Well, it's a source of parts. So this is supposed to be a little video camera here. Well, that's kind of clever. This is really cool. Matter of fact, this would make a great movie camera. Matter of fact, my 4K camera looks almost just like this with the little viewfinder too. So that's pretty cool. And those pieces, well, next, not the round piece at the bottom, but still. And then I use this as the tripod. I did that similar with one of my builds. Use this as a tripod right here. And that's it. So it doesn't fall down. That's cool. And now we can start the... Oh, it just shows you right here where she's going to be filming the seals or the sea lions. So what I can tell so far, this is like a drop-in set where you can just drop it in your city or your theme. You don't have to modify it or anything. And those type of sets are usually the ones that I'm after, because what I'm looking at is, could you drop this in a city? And so far, yeah, you can. And I'm gonna get some 1x5s, dark blue. I like these 1x5s. Now if we can get Lego to bring out a brick version of that, would be better. Then we're gonna be complaining about we don't have any 1x7s. And here's one of these special type of bricks here that's an inverted 1x2 bow. I need to get a couple of these. I'll have to see if they're available. And yeah, I even know if I get all this stuff. There was a question asked, you know, this stuff is for free. No, my time's not for free, so, you know, remember, you know, time's not cheap for me. I've got a lot of work-related stuff to do. And, yeah, don't be rolling off. This part of the type of videos I like doing here is to build and explore my mind. You know, what am I thinking right now? You know, right now it's like 101, 102 degrees outside. And building an Arctic set when it's hot. Now, I mean, it's not making me feel any cooler, but yeah, just the colors alone are kind of soothing. At least it's not a desert scene. I mean, but so far, what I have seen of the Lego City sets, I am very pleased with them, and that's printed right there. So you get a couple of these bricks with bow, or plates with bow. And yeah. This has got the side mirrors here. I use these for side mirrors for my cars. Well, these are dark blue, and I don't have dark blue, so I may have to pick a few of those up. Okay. You know. Now, also reason why I do these is because some builders get stuck on certain steps. They may mess up. And these videos are good for like a reference, too. And yes, that noise you hear in the background is the water going off. So... Oh no, they didn't use them for side mirrors, they used them for headlights. Alright. So far, this is a nice little build. It's very relaxing. So far, my build experience is pretty good. But I would consider this more the build quality is, well, the build quality so far, nothing's fallen off. So I'd say the build quality is pretty good. You know, I mean, that's one of the things I look forward to. If it's really good, if it's brittle, the score gets dinged down. Oh, and I noticed this with the manual. It doesn't have 2x by it. It just shows you this. Obviously, this is rated for little kids. Does it even have an age on the box? Yeah, it's 5+. Well, today it's for... So the set is for full-grown adults to build today. Well, Jay, if you got all these reviews, how do you find time to do the tutorials? Tutorials are just weird for me. I'll just be laying in bed or doing something around the house. Next thing you know, an idea will just pop in my mind. And that's when I start going, is I start going to town and start building things like crazy. Like, oh, this looks like a really cool build. I'm going to try to build it in Lego. And sure enough, I can do it. Like, okay, how do I break it down into a tutorial so you could understand it, you the viewer? And that's where I go. And, but I'm hoping this year is good for tutorials, because next year, I don't know, I think tutorials may be limited. I'm not going to do away with tutorials, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm getting more recommendations for building guides, or people asking for a printed guide. So yeah, so I use these for the back of this here. Does that go like that, or did I put that on wrong? Oh, I did put that on wrong. See? And no, I'm not going to censor that out like all the other guys do. Why? Because I want you to see me mess up. That's the whole point about the build process. Even I make mistakes too. And those do indeed go in the middle hole. And then this one goes in the front. Now this is kind of pretty good. This is better than the one I built in a way. Maybe it's a little overkill, but... And don't get me wrong though. You know, sometimes these little sets, you know, sometimes they're kind of too easy, but this right here is something that you can just drop in, you know. And it says put our minifigure on there, so we're going to have her. We're not, well, you know what, since this is a one sitting, we already saw what she looks like with the beanie cap, so in order to put her helmet on, she's going to have to get scalped first. And then she's going to have to get on here. And then, let's see here, how do we get the hands? At least this set doesn't have a named minifigure where I have to remember the names. How do you get these on the handlebars? You start with the hands first. And then you plant her rear end down in there. Let's see if we can get her to lock in. Now, you don't have to press her down all the way if you choose not to. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? She stands on that. Well, okay. Well, I guess that came off. Well, I'll just set that on her. So she stands on it. Well, that's not really safe. What do you think it'd sit on that? It's not an exercise bike, is it? All right. And I'm having a hard time here getting her to kind of show her standing up straight. There we go, kind of. And even I done bikes and stuff like that, even that's hard, but a few tries, you should be able to get that on there like I did. So there you go. So she's going for a little ride in the snow. Well, at least this is white, so it kind of fits. And now we're doing the little seal thing, or the snow patch, and I'm always after these too. It didn't come with a whole lot, unfortunately, but you know, but I'm always after these these 18-degree slopes. Those are always cool. So if you're interested in building something around this, I'm sure this would be good for like a mock. You could add this into your city or something. And yeah, I'm pretty much pleased with the build, and you notice there was no stickers too. That's even better, right? I didn't have to put any stickers on this. And then this goes right down here. And, okay. So sometimes I'll get questioned, how do you do terrain? Stuff like this. You can learn from these little sets like this. This is not really big, but you can expand on that. You can expand on it. All right. And we have a fish just laying here. Well, it just sits there? I thought that thing would have fell down, and I put it upside down. It just kind of just sits there. And they show it in the manual like that. Maybe we did it right. And then we have a couple of extra pieces here. Not too bad. Now, let's take a quick look here. We're going to take a really fast look because we already built this. We don't have to do a full-blown review. So, basically, this is something you'd see on public TV or something. You know how those documentaries where they go out into the nature and they film all this stuff. So now we know how they do that. And then you got the noisy snowmobile. Actually, this one's extra quiet. Oh, the camera's a little top heavy. And that's pretty much what you get there. What I'm assuming is about $10. I'll have, like I said, I'll have the correct amount in the description and stuff. And just from this alone, and what I'm going to do here, we're going to change angles. And yes, if you're going to see wobble vision here for a few moments, and I'm going to refocus in. The reason why I'm doing that is to give you a better shot so we can take a look at it closer together. You're actually going to get a better view than I do. Like I said, these are all unscripted. I don't script my reviews except for the content that you see on the table. I didn't randomly just build this out of my mind. Okay, now that's pretty much what you get. So you get a couple of pieces. You get a large a sea otter, and you get a small baby one. That's cool. You get a little bit of a terrain. But I think the main focus of this build is the snowmobile. So, except for this, which is just portion of a terrain, the rest of these two creatures and this gal and her snowmobile can be dropped in a mock or a Lego city. This, yeah, unless you're building a zoo or something like that, not so much. So let's get right into the review here. First off, build experience. I would say it's an average build. It kept my interest, so it's pretty good. But it was just a very short, quick build. So this is a good little entry set into maybe getting into the Lego City Arctic stuff. So if you're interested in this type of stuff, or you got a theme in your city that targets around like Arctic theme, there you go. It will work perfect for that. And this vehicle is self-contained too. You don't have to modify or anything. It's printed. You don't have to stick those stickers on there or anything like that. It's all done for you. So, which leads to build quality. Nothing really fell apart except for the handlebars. But for the most part, the build quality is pretty much average to above average. Average means, you know, maybe a part or two may flake off. But for the most part, though, it's pretty sound. This ain't going to go anywhere here. And it works. It doesn't roll on a flat surface, obviously, because it doesn't have wheels. But I think this would look good in maybe an Arctic thing, like a backcountry thing. So I think that's probably what it is. And could you drop it in a mock? Yes, you could drop this in a city. So this is all self-contained except for this. Okay. So do I think it's worth, let's say, I don't know what the retail price is, but I'm going to guess $9.99. For it being a complete build, maybe on the higher side for only 70 bricks. This thing's like $5 or $6, may be really good, but until I really can't tell you until I have the price on it. So I'm just giving you a broad window here. And for me personally, it was a good build for what it is. This is just a small set. This would be great for like a birthday gift or something like that, for especially somebody who is into Lego but you don't know what kind of theme they like or something like that. So it would be great for that. But honestly though, it's a nice accessory set. So that's what I'm going to assume that it is. It's just mostly just to be dropped in an existing build. So tell me what you think of this set.